Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening. Golriz Ghahraman has resigned from Parliament effective immediately after a third allegation of shoplifting emerged and a video.
The now former Green MP says her mental health has been badly affected by the stresses of her work, which she says led to her to act in ways that are completely out of her character. Zane Small has the latest.
The security footage appears to show Golriz Ghahraman looking around while shopping in the high-end Auckland retail store Scotty's Boutique. She picks up what appears to be a designer handbag before it disappears from view.
We've seen some footage.
Yeah.
We don't know the extent of the footage that's out there, but ultimately that is a matter for the police.
Police today could be seen knocking on the door of Ghahraman's Auckland home, but she didn't answer. The store sells items with price tags in the thousands, and it's where she's alleged to have shoplifted twice in December. Those allegations have now ended the 6-year parliamentary career of our first refugee MP.
Green MPs are expected to maintain high standards of public behaviour. It is clear to us that Ms Ghahraman is in a state of extreme distress. She has taken responsibility and she has apologised. We support the decision that she has made to resign.
Green Party co-leaders James Shaw and Marama Davidson finally fronted today after a week of revelations nearly every second day of alleged shoplifting by Ghahraman. The latest, a shop in Wellington called Creative Works. This image was included in an email seen by Newshub. It was sent by the retailer to other businesses, saying a complaint had been laid and that it believed Ghahraman had been in its premises in October. Today, Ghahraman resigned effective immediately.
I'm losing a friend and a colleague who I've been close to and have worked with for 6 years, both of us, James and I. Sad for our caucus.
Ghahraman didn't show today, but in a statement said my mental health is being badly affected by the stresses relating to my work, which led me to act in ways that are completely out of character. She added, I don't want to hide behind my mental health problems, and I take full responsibility for my actions, which I deeply regret.
Where do you draw the line between someone who's got mental health issues and someone who's just making bad decisions?
She's not looking for an excuse here. She's trying to sort of seek a reason to explain her behaviour, not to justify it.
Ghahraman's political fall from grace began last Wednesday when she stood down from all her portfolios after the first allegation emerged of her shoplifting from Scotty's Boutique in December. Police later confirmed they were investigating. Then on Friday, the Green Party confirmed it was aware of a second shoplifting claim at the same Auckland store. And yesterday, the third revelation. Police confirmed they received a report of shoplifting at Creative Works in Wellington on October 26. It's only 8 months since former MP Elizabeth Kerikeri quit the Greens after appearing to call fellow MP Chloe Swarbrick a crybaby in a group chat. Ghahraman's shock was caught on camera. But it's now her own shocking shoplifting allegations that have forced the Greens into a much bigger crisis mode in less than a year.
Well, Zane's with us now. Kia ora, Zane. So what more did Ghahraman have to say today?
Well, it's here at Scotty's Boutique in Ponsonby where Golriz Ghahraman is alleged to have shoplifted twice. Remember, there are ongoing police investigations into the allegations that have been made against her. But today, Golriz Ghahraman actually thanked the store for the, quote, kindness and empathy they have shown me. The Green Party co-leaders wouldn't be drawn on whether she's had to return any items to the store or pay any kind of compensation. Ms Ghahraman says she's spoken to a mental health professional who's advised her that her recent behaviour could relate to previous undiagnosed trauma. Now, as for what happens next, Ms Ghahraman is a party list MP, meaning there won't be a by-election for her spot in Parliament. Her spot will be filled by the next candidate on the Green Party list, and that happens to be former Wellington Mayor Celia Wade-Brown.
Zane, tēnā koe.
Today's resignation by Golriz Ghahraman has left what was a once shining political career in tatters.
She was an international human rights lawyer and the first former refugee elected to Parliament. Now she's out. Laura Walters has more.
From political asylum seeker to political up-and-comer, Golriz Ghahraman's star was on the rise. The first former refugee elected to Parliament.
I fight for equality and justice because that is what love looks like in public.
Fighting for those without a voice.
What do we want? What do we want?
Winning voting rights for prisoners.
Our system of justice shouldn't be there to take away human rights.
calling out international human rights abuses.
Your regime is committing crimes against humanity.
But it hasn't been an easy path.
Mr. Speaker, some of them call for rifles to be loaded. It gets frightening.
Another level of workplace stress.
Golriz herself has been subject to pretty much continuous threats of sexual violence, physical violence, death threats since the day she was elected to Parliament.
Then the health issues.
About 18 months ago, I was diagnosed with MS, multiple sclerosis, and I thought it was time I started to talk about that.
Once a voice for justice, now Ghahraman is in trouble with the law.
It is clear to us that Ms Ghahraman is in a state of extreme distress. She has taken responsibility and she has apologised. We support the decision that she has made to resign.
She's not the only one facing a loss.
Retail crime is committed by anyone. You can't put a face on it and say that's what retail crime looks like. It comes in all different shapes and sizes.
COVID-19, the cost of living crisis, retailers are doing it tough.
92% of our retailers are telling us that they've experienced theft in the last 12 months, and the total cost of retail crime is $2.6 billion a year.
Ghahraman says extreme workplace stress is behind her out-of-character behaviour, making her the latest in a growing number of MPs sharing their mental health struggles. These revelations raise further questions about the toll this job takes, especially for those who are the targets of threats and abuse. Former Justice Minister Kitty Allen was the MP most recently facing criminal charges. She resigned her seat following a car crash, later talking about her experience of extreme mental distress during that time. Ghahraman too will be held accountable.
Having a mental illness or mental distress does not excuse you for criminal actions.
But she also needs support.
Anybody who was in that situation where they were being threatened and abused like that, it would affect their mental health. There's just absolutely no doubt about that.
A devastating end.
In this case, we've got an MP that has clearly paid a high price for slipping up.
And another blow for the Greens.
The Green Party now has had 2 MPs that have suffered downfalls from their issues of integrity, basically.
Now, a time for reflection for all political parties.
There's going to be raised questions about whether some demographics are getting more scrutiny than others, and whether that plays a part in the explanation for what's gone on here. Others will see that as a bit of a cop-out.
Ghahraman will find a future beyond politics, but for now, some time away from the public eye. Laura Walters, Newshub.